Linda and David have been co-workers for some time. Since a few months ago, David had an eye on Linda, and it seemed that Linda was also interested. After a while, David gathered all his courage and asked Linda out for a date. Surprisingly, Linda agreed to go out with David. That evening, they had such a wonderful time together. They went to a romantic cafe near the seaside, talked and laughed all evening. And in the end, David walked Linda home. Both seemed happy and enjoyed being together. In the following weeks, they became closer. Even though they worked in the same company, they missed each other every day. David felt deep feeling for Linda, and the feeling seemed mutual. Both wanted to take their relationship one step ahead, but there is something that makes both insecure. Linda felt extremely anxious, and David experienced insomnia and worry. David had faced a lot of conflict and arguments between his parents when he was a teenager. He had a baggage of emotional memories from childhood, as he was so terrified when his parents fought about everything. Therefore, David feels scared and insecure about what will happen if this relationship becomes serious. Are they going to fight every day and over everything? On the other hand, Linda had a long-term relationship with her boyfriend Mark. She was sad and felt depressed for several months after they break up. She had sacrificed a lot for Mark and felt betrayed when Mark left her for another girl right after she asked him to take more responsibility. She feels anxious about what will happen if she commits to this new relationship. They both wonder, is there any way that they can assess their intimate relationship? Is there any possibility of finding out how much harmony they have? What do you think? Is there any magical way or some tools to help them out? How good can it be if there is any way we could evaluate and get a sense of our relationship in the future? Imagine if you have a magical toolbox and you can use different tools to help you out toward better and more prosperous relationship. The good news is that magical toolbox is already in your grasp, and you can find many valuable tools to help you in challenging situations. In the series of training courses, I will try to equip you with different tools and skills to help you manage your valuable life. Here, I will introduce one of the most effective tools that help David and Linda toward a fulfilling relationship. I am delighted to be your host for this wonderful practical course, Be Your Own Pre-Marriage and Relationship Counselor. My name is Dr. Farzin Sharuki, and I'm a clinical neuropsychologist and working for Paya Academy. I'm working intensively on integrative psychotherapy and medical psychology. I have specialized in schema therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy or ACT, and mindfulness-based therapies for individual, couples, and families. I'm sure this course will give you practical tools and invaluable skills to help you select a suitable partner. I think you also agree that our goal isn't just to fall in love and get married. The point is to achieve a healthy and successful marriage that fulfills us. Actually, after being born, which we do not have any control over when, where, or in which family we are born, marriage has the most profound effect on our mental health and satisfaction in life. However, we have the opportunity to select a proper partner who can understand, support, and respect us. so we can live in harmony. Thanks to modern psychology, now we have a better understanding of how to evaluate ourselves and our partner to reduce the risk of being trapped in an abusive or dull relationship, which will make us miserable, unhappy, and exhausted. I believe we only live once, and it is our human right to be happy, to be loved, and to be respected so we can thrive and self-actualize. We need to get a common understanding of the meaning of a few words used in this course before we begin. Let us start with the word marriage. In this course, when referring to marriage, I mean all forms of living together and being a couple, not just marriage in the traditional form. Therefore, when you and your partner commit to each other and decide to live together, it's a marriage in my point of view. The other word that is essential to be clear is couple. And by that, in this course, when I'm talking about couple, it means all forms of being a couple without gender bias. I have many clients who suffer from mental illnesses due to terrible childhood experiences. They have grown up in an abusive, neglected, and feared environment. So, suppose sometime in the future, you decide to have a child. In that case, the relationship between you and your partner is critical for your child's mental health. Therefore, you should be careful with choosing your partner and be cautious about committing to someone as with whom you should have harmony in personality. It is vital for a peaceful future. Also, even if you are already married or in a committed relationship, skills and tools you find in this course will help you understand the roots of your own and your partner's behavior. Therefore, this will hopefully help you to step toward a better married life. Some time ago, I heard from a wise man who said, "Start a relationship with your brain, but stay in that relationship with your heart." Nowadays, maintaining a marriage is more challenging than actually getting married. Sadly, more and more people are afraid to get married, and the divorce rate has increased. Statistics show that most divorces occur in the first few months or a couple of years after marriage. This may indicate that the partners, in fact, were not suited for each other from the beginning. Therefore, to avoid getting a divorce after a promising marriage and prevent unnecessary suffering which follows a divorce, I suggest you employ the tools and concepts you learn here into your relationship. First of all, we have to get to know ourselves and understand our behavior before acting on marriage. Secondly, it's crucial to know and understand your partner's personality. And third, to find out how much similarity and harmony we have in common. This course has been prepared based on choice theory and reality therapy. Choice theory is a modern psychological concept with more than 30 years of evidence-based research to support it. And by learning the choice theory, you can promote your life in all dimensions. In my other course, The Secrets to Live a Better Life by Choice Theory, we will dive deeper into the amazing world of choice theory, where you can flourish and live a better life in harmony with others around you. Thanks for joining to this course, and I'm thrilled to have you with us on this journey. So why wait? Let's begin to learn these magical tools.